I went after her, grabbed her by the long hair, whipped her back to me until our faces were almost touching. I loved you, and you didn't give a damn at all. I still love you, Spence. It's just that I'm so confused. Please understand that I love you, Spence, and we can be together again just the way we were, and I stabbed her in the chest. She didn't scream or even cry. In fact, her hands fitted themselves around the hilt of the knife, as if she wanted to make sure that the blade stayed deep and true in her heart. And then she fell into my arms. And that was the weird thing, you know. She didn't scream, but I did. She didn't cry, but I did. She didn't call for help, but I did. The way it was later told to me, a farmer looking for a couple stray head of cattle found me just like that, holding Cindy lifeless in my arms and sobbing so hard he was afraid I was going to suffer some kind of seizure. Later there were lights and harsh voices, and then the tear-stained faces of my parents. "Oh my God, Spence! How could you do this, Spence? Spence, we're going to get you the best lawyer we can afford, but your father's not a rich man, you know. Mr. Spencer, this is your attorney, Dan Miles. 7 different counts of murder, Mr. Spencer. 7 different. Same night they put me in jail, they transferred me to a mental hospital on the outskirts of Iowa City. I was so cold I ended up with 6 wool blankets on me before they could stop me from shuddering. They gave me 3 different shots in my hip. Then I seemed to die. There was just darkness. Over the next few weeks, they gave me several tests a day. I saw medical doctors, psychologists, a priest, though not Roman Catholic, and then a young reporter named Donna Mannering, who had just started working for our small-town newspaper. They let her see me for 20 minutes in a room with an armed guard outside. I had told the MD that I wanted to talk to a reporter, and he had seen to it that Donna was brought in. Dr. Wingate said you were saving something to tell me. She was blonde and a little bit overweight, but very pretty. She was also terrified. I'm sure I was the first killer she'd ever met in person. Yeah. She flipped open her long, skinny reporter's notebook. I guess I'll just let you do the talking. I want to tell you about the well. You mean like a wishing well? I thought a moment. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like a wishing well, only you don't make the wishes. The thing in the well does. The thing in the well? This alien. I see. Now she looked more frightened than ever. Her blue gaze fled to the door several times. She wanted to be sure she could get away from me if I suddenly went berserk. There's an alien in the well. Right, I said. And it told you to do things? Everything I did. I mean the killing, the robberies, the arson fires. The alien? Uh-huh. And you know what? What? I don't mind if you smile, because I know how crazy it all must sound. Well, I guess it does sound a little. But then she stopped herself. Did the thing in the well tell you to kill Cindy and her new friend? Yes. Would you have done it otherwise? I don't think so. Pause. I want you to go out there. Where? The well. I told her where she'd find it. When? Soon as you can. But I want you to go alone. Why? because the thing will be more apt to talk to you if you're alone. Were you alone when you first heard it? No, I was with Cindy, but she already knew about the alien, so that was different. I see. She glanced at her watch. She was trembling and licking her lips frantically. Her mouth must have been very dry. Boy, where has the time gone? I need to get out of here. Guard, she practically shouted. The guard came in and let her out. She glanced over her shoulder when she reached the threshold. I said, "Please go out there." "All right?" She looked anxiously away and followed the guard out the door. My trial didn't start for 7 months. Because we were pleading insanity, there wasn't much I had to do but wait for the trial date. During this time, I started reading about the strange murders taking place in and around my small hometown. Old ladies viciously strangled to death with rosary beads. On the first day of my trial, the day my lawyer spoke aloud my defense that I had been taking orders from an alien being at the bottom of a well, I saw Donna Mannering sitting with several other reporters near the back of the courtroom. The other reporters were all smirking at the reference to the alien in the well. But Donna wasn't. At the end of the day, when I was being led back to the county lockup, Donna pushed past the deputies surrounding me and pushed her face into mine. I saw in her eyes that same anger and same madness I'd known when I'd been under the sway of the voice in the well. "You bastard," she spat at me. And then she grabbed my right hand and shoved something into it and ran out of the courtroom. I kept my hand closed all the way back to my cell, for fear that one of the guards would see what she'd given me and confiscate it. I sat on the edge of my bunk and opened my hand and stared down at the snake-like coil of black rosary beads.
Muse, Riff, and the Brasher Girl, 3 Tales from Different Kinds of Dead by Ed Gorman, is a Request Audiobooks release of an original Skyboat Road Company production. Read by Stephen Hoy, Artie Johnson, and Stefan Rudnicki. Produced by Stefan Rudnicki. Edited, mixed, and mastered by Ted Scott. Recorded at the Skyboat Studios, Studio City, California. Copyright 2005 by Ed Gorman. Production copyright 2006 by Request Audiobooks. All rights reserved. For more information on this and other Request Audiobook titles, please visit our website at mraudiobook.com. That's www.mraudiobook.com.